if someone wanted to marry one of our sisters, meaning a blood sister, then what type of question would you ask him? Then in reality is what any other father wants for his daughter. What do you want for your daughter? Someone who is religious, of course, Salafi, upon the Sunnah. You want someone who can provide for her and look after her and not put her into poverty. No father wants to see his daughter in poverty, especially after he's raised her and he's provided for her and he's fed her and he's clothed her and he's educated her and he's spent from his wealth upon her. So why would he now release her from the house to go and put her in poverty? Right? So the one who is looking after your daughter, he must be able to provide for her. He must be responsible, meaning that he's a person who cares about where his wife goes and who she sits with. So he's a person of honor. Right? He's a person who does not have deficiencies, meaning that he's not schizophrenic, for example, or a psychopath or a sociopath. He's not psychotic. He's not going to, he's not in the habit of killing the neighbor's cats and stuff. All right? There's no mental issue with him. All right? He's not argumentative. He has respect for elders. He's not a person that you find in every dars. He's the first one to start arguing with the speaker. But rather he speaks with ihtiram and honor and respect. He respects elders. When you look at his family, he comes from a family, even if it is a single parent, that the mother is respectful and she's an honorable person. Or if the parents are married one to another, that it is a stable family, even if they are Christian. Right? So even if mum and dad are Christians, but if you look at them, actually, even as Christians, they're good-mannered, they're truthful, they don't lie. They don't fornicate, they don't sell, heroin on the street corner. Right? So you look at the background in terms of the parents, because obviously the tarbiyah of the awlad comes from the parents. So if the mother, even if it is a single parent, doesn't necessitate that in every situation, having a single mother, the children are going to be bad. No, it's not always the case. Because a single mother, her husband has divorced her or her husband has died, that it's possible that she has raised her children in the best possible way. Imam al-Bukhari was raised just by his mother, for example. Right? And the Prophet ﷺ was raised by his grandfather and then by his uncle. So it is not the case that just because mother and father aren't present, they're necessarily going to be bad, but it is worth looking at the environment in which they were raised. These are all factors, and we mentioned some of them in the dars yesterday. So these are the types of things that you need to ask. Is there, are there issues? I mean, does he have a criminal record? Obviously if he was before he started practicing, maybe he had some, he may have been with the wrong company and he got caught out and maybe, he got cautioned by the police or he ended up with some sort of criminal record. But actually ever since he's been practicing, he's been straight. Alhamdulillah, good company. So ever since he's been practicing for the last 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 years, alhamdulillah, there's no problem with the law. He wasn't caught breaking into a house 3 months ago, for example. Because that's not the type of person that you want your daughter marrying, a burglar. Well, what's your occupation? I burgle homes. It's not the type of thing that you want for your daughter. So you have to be very, very cautious because this is your treasure that you're giving away. You know how much you love your children. When they became sick, how tearful you were that your child is suffering with a temperature or with a fever. So when the child had a fever, mum and dad stayed awake with the child. When she was ill, they were ill, in essence. Why would you now not care where this daughter goes or where where your child goes?